Here, you will learn Alight Motion from 0 to infinity. So let's begin.
The interface.
When you open Alight Motion, this is how it looks like. This is the home screen of Alight Motion. Below here are the tabs. The first tab is Home. Second is Tutorials, created by the Alight Motion themselves. Third is a plus button. This is where you start a new project. Fourth is where all your already made projects will appear. Fifth is Video Templates. These are pre-designed, customizable layouts for videos. They include ready-made scenes, animations, text, music, and effects, allowing you to quickly create professional-looking videos by just adding your own clips, images, and text. Think of them like a fill-in-the-blanks format for videos. Click on the plus sign to start a new project. Here are the project settings. Here, you can add your project name. Here are the project dimensions: 16 to 9, 9:16, 4 to 5, 1 to 1. 4 to 3 gives these are aspect ratios, meaning the shape of your video. 16 to 9 gives widescreen. Good for YouTube. 9:16 gives tall vertical. Perfect for TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels. 4 to 5 gives almost square but slightly taller, used for Instagram feed videos. 1 to 1 gives perfect square, Instagram posts. 4 to 3 gives old TV or retro-style videos. 1080p resolution, FHD, gives this is how clear, sharp your video will look. 1080p means full HD nice and clear quality. Composition. Size. 1920 times 1080 gives. This is the actual pixel size of the video. 1920 pixels wide and 1080 pixels tall. The standard for HD horizontal videos. You can click this pen tool and edit the resolution according to your choice. And you can set up the frame rate from here. You can select a default background. Set your resolution accordingly. When all is set according to your choice, go ahead and hit in the Create Project. Here's Editing page. At the top left corner is the name of the project you created from the beginning. Next to it is a Project Settings button. Next is the Export button. These are the Undo and Redo buttons. These are the start, play, stop, rewind, and forward buttons. This is the Layers button. This is Preview button. And this plus button is where you can import everything into Alight Motion. Alight Motion Tutorial Guide from Beginners to Pro. This video will be covering layers. Open Alight Motion, click the plus sign, then click Create Project. Over here is your preview screen, and down here is your control pad. Click the plus button to add layers. There are so many layers you can find in this section. First is Shape Layer. Here you will find varieties of shapes and symbols. Next is Media Layer. Here you can add media from your phone storage. Next is Audio Layer. You can add any audio file from here. Next is Object and Element. Here you will find Camera, Null, Empty Group, and Element Project. We will be discussing each of them later in this series. Next is Template Layer. You can add templates from here. Next is Freehold Drawing. You can draw anything with this. After drawing, you can reduce the thickness or decide to change the color of the lines or shapes you have drawn. Next is Vector Drawing. When your vector drawing is activated, you have an indicator of the preview screen. You can start drawing from anywhere by tapping on the control pad. Swipe on your control pad to position your points for the drawing. To make a drawing like this, click then move your point to the next position, then click on the control panel. Then move to the position and click until you are satisfied with the paths you are drawing. To smoothen the curves, click on this point, then click this graph. Every point you click is activated on your preview screen. Last is the text layer. Go ahead and type anything you want like this. Select the fonts. All your fonts are here. There are categories you can also choose from. The last option here means you can import fonts also from your storages. You can change the size and color of the text. Now, click anywhere to deactivate the keyboard. Click on Move and Transform to adjust the text position and size. In this Alight Motion tutorial guide from beginners to pro, we will be talking about layers options. Open Alight Motion, click the plus button, select the 916 frame, and hit Create Project. Over here is your preview screen, and down here is the control panel. Click on the plus to begin. From the Shapes layer, select the rectangle. From the top right corner, click on the three buttons. You can flip the layer horizontally and vertically. You can fit the layer to screen with this command. You can fill the screen with this command. You can stretch the layer to the composition area with this command. You can duplicate or copy the layer from here. These are the trim and split layers. The first command trims the beginning part of the layer. The second command trims the end part of the layer. And the third command splits the same layer into two halves without deleting any part of it. Here is color and fill. With this color palette, you can change colors. You can remove the color also. You can make a gradient from here. Next is border and shadow option. You can add strokes to the layer. You can also add border from here. There are three options here: inside, center, and outside. Last is shadow. You can also change the position of the shadow. Next is blending and opacity. Here you can adjust the opacity of the layer. These are blending options. Next is move and transform. On the right side of the control panel are movement handles. You can move the layer on X, Y, and Z axis. This is rotation handle. This is scaling handle. This is skewing handle. Next is shape editor. You can change the dimensions of the layer. Next is the preset option. To have your own preset, you must save the layer as preset. Next is effect option. There are so many effects that you can add onto your layer. We will be discussing majority of them later in this series. Now click on the rectangle and delete it. Click on the plus sign and import a video file from media. This is speed option. You can increase or decrease the speed of the video. This is volume button. You can increase or decrease the loudness of the sound of your videos from here.
Today we are going to learn about keyframing. The major use of keyframing is to animate something. Keyframing can be used in any kind of animation. Suppose this is an object. Now you want it to move. Suppose you want that this object should be here first, and then it should move to here. Then you have to make 2 keyframes. Add the first keyframe at, suppose 1 second, and then add another keyframe at 2 seconds. Now come to the first keyframe and place the object at starting point. Now go to second keyframe and move the object to the end point. Now if you hit the play button, then you will see the animation. The object moves from first point to second point as you position it at keyframes. So this is how keyframe works. Now let's demonstrate this in Alight Motion. So let's jump into Alight Motion. So this is our object now. I want to move this object to this side in 1 second. So I have to go and move in Transform tool. And I have to make keyframes at 0.0 and 1.0 by clicking this button. Now I have to drag the object at the second keyframe. Now you can see that the object is moving from the starting point to the end point. You can also move this keyframes by just long pressing and dragging the keyframe. You can do this, Sam, to show a color-changing animation on your object. You can also make an appearing effect by adding keyframes and opacity tool. You can also make object rotating by keyframing. You can also make scaling animation by using keyframes. So you can animate anything and as you want by using keyframes in Alight Motion.